Cool. Welcome to Grit Meets Growth. Today we are joined by Caroline Sequin of Sequin Massage and Wellness. Caroline is a licensed massage therapist with 18 years of experience dedicated to helping others through her work. She started her journey in Central Florida, PNI region, and returned to her home state of Michigan in 2020. We're excited to hear her story and insights. So, welcome, Carolyn. Thanks a lot for doing this. Thanks a lot for accepting the invitation, and we're really excited for the insights that you'll share.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me.
Wonderful. So we'll just deep dive, like we'll dive into it. We'll start with the first question, which is like what made you choose massage service as your line of business? Was there a specific moment or there was some inspiration behind it?
Yes, well, when I was younger, I was in a car accident, a couple of car accidents, and I was going to college at the time, trying to figure out what I wanted to do for a career, and the car accidents kind of intervened, and I was dealing with a lot of muscular pain. Um, Prior to that, I didn't know anything about massage therapy or chiropractic care. I just went to my local doctor, my MD, and he's like, "Well, your muscles are strained from this car accident. I was rear-ended, and you just have to rest, and then you'll be better in a little while." Well, I still had pain symptoms that persisted. I had tension headaches, a lot of headaches afterwards, and I didn't know what to do about it. And then at that time, I was um, taking Taekwondo classes, and I found out that a chiropractor went as well. And so my instructor said, "Well, why don't you talk to Dr. Rodnick?" So for a little while, I was getting chiropractic care and I was getting a lot better. And then I had heard about massage therapy and I got my first massage and I felt so much better afterwards that right then and there I knew, oh, okay, I want to be a massage therapist. That's what I want to do. And I was really intrigued about the holistic aspect of care that I actually got better versus seeing my MD, my regular doctor, and not really getting much better and not really getting much help other than to stay on painkillers and just rest. And then that was that. So that led me into becoming a licensed massage therapist and wanting to help other people and help them feel their best.
So, okay, so this comes in from a personal, like a very sort of a personal thing that you had, and obviously since you since you understood the importance of it, you were like you wanted to share that with more and more people. So that's really inspiring that you understood a particular practice and you were like, I need to share that with more and more people because they can uh, feel great. Like obviously, no one wants to get into a phase that they get into an injury or an accident, but things happen, and therefore, and when they do, people really need that relief. So thanks a lot for doing that. That's a thanks from everyone that you have helped, Ella. So great, right? Like, but still, after like one of the biggest challenges that you mentioned, but still, as a business, there are lots of challenges that every business owner faces. So, the next sort of question is, what are the biggest challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome those?
Oh, I would say the biggest challenge is the change in technology because I've been a massage therapist for 18 years. So it went from advertising your business into the yellow pages, the phone book, to now it's all digital, everything's online. In some ways, it's it's a lot easier, which I appreciate. In other ways, it's somewhat difficult because you have to learn new systems, learn overcome, um, learn little things that you didn't know. Kind of like even using Canva, which is a great tool, but learn ways to promote yourself in other aspects, promoting yourself on social media, promoting creating really neat flyers or things that are intriguing. So I find that to be the biggest challenge and finding that I'm able to learn and have little wins along the way. So I'm not just staying staying stuck in one way and only knowing body work. I'm learning a little bit about digital media, digital presence, and learning how to use all these neat tools, and then and learning new techniques, new things every day. So it's about staying open minded and trying to learn and also getting help when you need help.
No, that's so true, right? Like I guess not just in terms of technology, but even in terms of technology, like a very specific thing, right? Like in the last, let's say, year or so, the how Chat GPT has came in and how everyone is now just talking about AI, that has just changed everything. And now, like you, as a business, you need to really adopt to those, uh, let's say, practices, those advancements that are coming in, and just getting used to them, and then sort of making them a part of your business or a part of your process is something that's, I guess, really important. And yeah, it definitely at times feels challenging, but once you're able to solve that, it really opens a lot of things for you.
Oh, definitely. And also to not get lost in all of the things, to make sure to stay, keep the basic things. Like I still need to network in person. I still need to talk to people in person. There's such value there as well as online and digitally and have that presence.
For sure. Yeah. Cool. Then I'll move on to the next question, right? Which is, you talked about the importance of digital, the importance of, let's say, the new advancements coming in. So for any sort of a person starting their business, one of the biggest questions that they have is, what are the different ways of generating business? Like, what are the different channels that they need to have? And when I say channels, I mean both digital as well as non-digital means. So how do you like, for any number of clients that you get, let's say when you get 100 clients, what percentage of that comes from different channels? So if you can just break down that for us, so that anyone that's starting their own business know that these are the things they need to focus upon to grow their business.
Right. I think when you first start your business, it's really best to focus on your warm market, your warm referrals, and that would be friends and family. And to mention, hey, I'm starting a business. This is what I'm doing. Do you know anyone you can refer or keep me in mind? Or even do kind of like a trial period, a special rate for new clients. And friends and family so they get to know your services, and then you branch out from there. And then networking, for example, we met via BNI, Business Networking International, and so that's a great way is check out your local BNI chapter and find out how you can network with them, and look for other networking opportunities as well. So you get your name out there, known, and people get to know you personally, physically. And then there's also all kinds of online networking opportunities as well. So just depending on what you do, uh, you can meet online and have other networking opportunities, especially worldwide.
Yeah, that's so true, right? Like we are connecting from two different parts of the world, and that's obviously through, let's say, BNI and a sort of a great community that they have created. So yeah, like there's no particular barrier today to connect with more people to get business. It's just that there has to be willingness to reach out to more and more people, and sort of explain what you do, ask them what they do, and then sort of create connections using that.
Yeah, connections and relationships are huge.
Yeah, that's cool. So moving on to the next one, right? So obviously we talked about BNI. So like, do you want to take a minute and explain the type of role that BNI would have played in your journey, not just, let's say, on the business front, because I know that BNI helps everyone personally as well, like as in just shaping you as a person. So what do you want to talk about your journey? What sort of experiences you've had in BNI?
Yes, BNI has been incredible for my personal growth as well as professional growth. Uh, when I was first introduced to BNI, uh, my friend, she kept inviting me, and I'm like, oh no, no, I don't get up early, or I have these other things, or I was scared to. Uh, and then when I finally showed up and said, yes, I'm showing up, I realized and recognized the value right away of BNI, from the structure to the way people network and forming relationships and going deeper. So that led to personal experiences with BNI of creating friendships that I've had for so long now, real, true, authentic friendships. So not just the bit from the business aspect, but just the friendships alone.
Yeah, like that's so true, right? Like that's what I was saying. Like you grow as a person. Just for viewers, like BNI is business networking international web people. So it's a worldwide community of business owners. They are part of different chapters. It's there, I guess, in 80 plus countries. So it's a group of people. Like it's a group of people that are a part of a particular chapter, and they meet once every week. That's how the process of BNI is, and different parts of, sorry, not just different parts, but basically they are people from different parts of the overall sort of business. Like they can't be anyone from the same, let's say, category. So different categories come in and they talk about business. They help each other grow in terms of the business as well as the personal growth. So this is just uh, an information for people that don't know about BNI. So it's a great sort of a community that way, and definitely has helped people grow their business through that. So yeah, but yeah, I totally relate to what you mentioned, which is not just professional but personal as well, because you create some great connections with people, and they definitely help you with the business, but they also help you in terms of your personal things, shaping you and making you better. So, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Cool, right? So the next sort of a question is a bit of a tricky one, which is it's the type of business that you're into, right? It's not, let's say, it's not a it's not a very easy sort of a business to market, because it's not like selling a t-shirt and asking anyone to just buy this. Obviously, people do come for massages, let's say, without a problem as well, because that's a great sort of a thing for their body. It helps the body in a particular way. But what are the different ways of marketing that you adapt, like that you follow, like the type of content that you create that helps you resonate with your audience, so that more and more people can get to know about you as well as they can avail your services.
Yes, I like to use a lot of educational marketing. I like to explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, or with the body we have, uh, to explain why somebody might be in pain and what we can do about it, and that there's a solution to it as well. For example, I work with trigger point therapy. And so there's a trigger point, it's just a hyper irritated spot in the muscle. So one little spot and it's very upset and it's going to let you know about it. And once we work on that, it's kind of like a light switch, turning it off and saying, hey, stop that. Stop causing pain here. And that lessens all the pain in the body in that particular muscle, helps the person feel better. So I like to kind of dumb it down and break it down. It's like, oh, this is why. And nobody has explained that to them before. They are not in touch with their body and to understand where pain is coming from and why they're in pain. And then once they know and understand, then this is what we can do about it. And there's simple solutions to reduce pain and to feel your very best. And that's very possible to feel good again.
Yeah. So
So
basically, you're saying like you basically go with the route of explaining things a lot more, like educating people about what they're getting themselves into, so that they know what's going to happen, so that it's easier for them to even understand and then sort of contemplate how they're getting better. So that's a great sort of way, because again, right, like the type of business that you are in, it's more about people understanding the importance or the advantages of getting that sort of session. So yeah.
yes, definitely. So education, sometimes I'll put out specials, or just talking to my clients in person, and then they know, they understand their body better. They know and even to talk to other people and, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. And they can help other people that way as well, just with the knowledge now.
Yeah, true. Okay, so we're coming onto the, yeah, like the second last sort of a question on this, which is for anyone that's starting their business, starting from scratch for the business, what is one advice that you would like to give to them?
I would say go slowly but surely. So put one foot in front of the other, take the necessary steps. Don't try to rush in right away and do everything. One thing at a time, um, and build your foundation. That way you're starting with successfully building your foundation, and then work with
Yeah.
your warm market and go from there.
Yeah, right. Like the importance of baby steps is something that someone that has started from scratch can really understand that, because at times when you're starting something from scratch, you are like, I have 20 things to figure out. But the goal is not to solve 20 of them in one go, because even someone who is into the business hasn't really solved all those 20 things. You can have a few things solved and you can get into it. It's just about starting with the steps, starting to get things done, starting to understand those things, and obviously just keep on getting better is what I guess is required. So yeah, it totally makes sense. And therefore, someone who's looking to start their business, this is one advice that Carolyn wants to share with all of you. Cool. Okay, so we'll move on to the last section of the podcast, where what we do is any previous guest that has came on, they share one question that they would like to ask the next guest. Uh, so the question that we got from the last guest that we'll ask you is, if you're looking to start a business, what kind of things are you looking for that are going to tell you, is this a good idea to start this business or not?
Oh, I would say look at other businesses doing similar things. And one of the best things you could do is copy success. And then you see it's already playing out in somebody else's business. So you can copy their success and do the same thing. Not necessarily copy completely, but you can look at all the styles of business. Well, what are they doing here? What are they doing there? What are they doing there? What do you want to implement and include in your own business? what what ways do you see them winning and doing really well? So then you take that and put it within your own business.
For sure, yeah. And that's so actionable, right? Like at times people are like, no, I want to have everything new, but that's not true at all. I guess there's a lot of stuff that's already been done. We're not saying, or we're not implying to copy someone's business from A to Z. Like we're not saying like just do what they're doing. We're just saying like understand from the lessons that they've already understood. Like why to complicate things that are already simplified? Because as a business you will definitely see a lot of things that are complex, that are not simplified, and you'll have to solve for them. So at least use the content that's already there, or the problems that are already been solved. Use those solutions so that you can really face the challenges that are real challenges that have not yet been solved for, and that's something you can maybe focus more on.
Right. And then you make it your own. You kind of take
Yeah,
these ideas and make it your own. Uh, and you see that, okay, doing things in a particular way, well, it's successful for that person, then you can implement that uh, success plan for yourself. And then you also see what's not working. So don't do that.
yeah, yeah. Cool. So since this is the last question, so the only thing that I will need from you now is one question that you would like to ask the next guest. So we'll have that noted for the next one.
Ooh, I would say, what is the best piece of advice that you obtained from a mentor? and implemented in your business.
Okay. So we have that noted down, and that's the question for the next guest. But Carolyn, thanks a lot for doing this. Thanks a lot for sharing all those insights. Definitely, the viewers will get a lot of value from all this, and yeah, that's pretty much it that we had. So thanks a lot for your time.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
For sure. Uh, I'll just